All right, boys, we're here. It's only three of us instead of five, but we're here. Yeah, we're finally doing this internet bum show. It's finally
Fuck.
happening. And AJ's pissed about it. So that's it.
I'm not
Show's
listening.
canceled. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
It's the Internet Bum Show.
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 It's
the Internet Bum Show.
Mike, how have you been?
Busy a lot.
I haven't talked to you since like January. Like we message back and forth, but it's very rare I get to hear that sweet Canadian dialect.
Yeah, that's when I moved fucking over to the mainland. So been a lot of trying to move over here, survive,
You know, doing
have enough
generic
money for
adult
everything.
shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we modern humans love handing out money for goddamn everything.
Yeah.
AJ,
Uh-huh.
how are you?
I'm okay. Like dealt with a lot of health shit. But I'm good. I'm A-okay.
Excellent. And you're gonna kill whatever that fucking thing you keep screaming about is, right? You're gonna
Totally.
kill that,
That is
so you'll be able to just function properly.
I'm shooting this bitch with arrows and she's
You're
not
trying to
done.
say they normally functions properly?
Yeah, he does. He's not normally like this. So now that the humble circle jerking has subsided, some nice little introductions. I've known Mike and AJ for a good long time. I met Mike back in 2016, and it was actually through a handful of other people that I met him.
I'm so glad you said handful. I thought you said I met him and it was through a hand job. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I
That's what you
was.
go to. Yeah.
This was a darker point in my life. I had to give out hand jobs just to get by.
Wow,
You know, being
just to learn to know people.
a single mom and all that, you gotta do what's best for your kids, and if that means giving
single
random
mom with a
Canadians
team.
hand jobs in the fucking truck stop bathroom, so be it.
Yep.
Once upon a time, in a land of somewhat decent
Make-believe.
video games, I met Mike through Payday 2, actually. And it's funny because I met Mike through a person that I met through a person that randomly joined me.
Same.
This was back when I was actually capable of like interacting with just general strangers. And this random guy, a cup of tea perhaps, just joins.
And
It was
wanted
him and
a
his
hand
girlfriend.
job.
Yeah, he wanted a hand job, so he said he would only do Shadow Raid with me if I gave him a hand job. So
Well,
I gave him a hand job, and we did Shadow Raid, and then he's like, I got this other guy that I think
he
you
wants
could
a
help
hand
out.
job.
Yeah, so if this guy named Doomwhite joins, I have to give him a hand job.
Well,
We do some more heists, and then they're like,
guess you can say you
hey,
were pretty handy.
they're like, hey,
sorry.
come join this. So out of nowhere, this sassy Canadian named Shut Your Face joins.
You
And
should have been said.
Is that really how it was? I honestly don't remember all that. I just remember the
Yes.
whole like just
I
conglomerate of
literally
people
met
from
you
that.
and Reaper in the same span of about 24 hours, and I met you both. I met you through Justice, who I met through John, and I met
Yeah.
Reaper through John.
Who was first of his name?
Yeah, I gave a lot of hand jobs that day.
Oh my god.
I hate how John's the like connection and all this too, huh?
Yeah, and no one really likes John anymore because he was an asshole. He
Yes,
never
he
paid
did
me
be
for
a
those
dandy.
hand jobs, so we're not friends anymore.
Well,
And then AJ is someone I actually, work with. We both work in a dental lab. It's funny because I met him before I started working where we work now. He worked with my mom, who
but you never
also
gave me a
works in
hand
dental
job.
lab. Yeah, no, this was. You got
missed
to
out on
think.
that
I met
period.
Mike. I met Mike.
Say what?
Wait, what, Mike?
I said he missed out on that period.
Yeah, I met Mike in 2016. I met you in 2018. That was like post hand job Christian.
I mean, it's 2020. 2023. I'm sure there's something that can happen.
So I met AJ through my mom, who also works at the dental lab with us, and we were out running errands one day, and she randomly was just like, "Hey, let's go run by the lab, and I got somebody I want you to meet." And I will never forget this. AJ and I we're literally like the same person, so offbeat and just like not really wanting to interact with each other. So he's standing there, I'm standing there, and my mom is talking to another coworker that just happens to be out there, and we just kind of looked down at the ground, and we were getting ready to
It
leave,
went.
and I'm like,
Eventually, one of us is going to have to give a hand. And Christian was just like, you know what? That phase of my life is over. I
"Yeah,
don't think I can do it, Aaron.
yeah, I don't."
I was just like, well, fuck.
See, the thing
And it's,
is, I had such an addiction to hand jobs. I literally had to cut off both of my fucking hands just to make sure I wouldn't give them out anymore.
well, I got to hand it to you.
This is awful. I was literally thinking of all the promotion I was gonna try to do for this, and now I just can't send it. I can't send it to anyone because they're gonna be like, "This is
AJ just like swirling down the toilet and everything.
this is just abhorrent." But yeah,
Whatever
that's
you
how I
say.
met Mike and AJ. So
We're not going to talk about that.
I, as you boys know, have prepared some stuff. Um, with it being a first episode, I thought maybe we could let the viewers get to know us a little. So I've got some questions here. And looking at them, I had to scratch half of them out because Jake and Reaper canceling on us. What you mean? Reaper had to go to work unexpectedly, and Jake, licked too many toilets and caught the flu or something. So he's sick. He's down for the count. But the first question I have here is for AJ. AJ,
Hello.
at,
What's up?
see, one of the things that people don't know about AJ, or at least they don't know yet, is he's both an artist and a streamer. He streams on Twitch. Look, I mean, everyone streams on Twitch. Even Mike streams on Twitch. See, I wasn't gonna say it, but AJ does like doing paintings of hand jobs.
Hmm.
You should see the one of George Washington and Benjamin Franklin. Oh, that shit was good.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't think I
AJ,
wanted to be honest.
which do you find more difficult between streaming and being a visual artist?
Fucking visual artist. God, streaming is technically easy, but people just won't.
It's just no one wants to sub to you.
It's not even that. It's just
That's fair.
the people literally, you have to come up with something every time.
Every time you
Like,
stream,
start
you gotta
streaming.
have something. You gotta bring something to the table. Either that, or you gotta be
Yeah.
fucking amazing at what it is you're playing.
Yeah, or that.
If you're not good at what you're playing and you're not funny, you're not gonna make it.
Yeah, it's just difficult. Oh, I died. Fuck.
The concert recording session, I swear.
Fuck.
See, I would like for podcast recordings to just be like everyone just sitting around talking about. I think this makes it better. If I'm being honest.
It's fitting.
I
It's fitting.
lost all of my shit.
That's okay. You'll get it back.
No, I have to. Oh, don't you fucking start with me, woman.
As I say to Megan, as well, little baby me will cry. You mean?
You know what? I hope you step on the Lego. God damn it. Fuck. I lost all of my shit.
So while AJ takes time to recover his stuff, I'll move on to the next question, which is actually for both of y'all, but I'll ask Mike first. What's your favorite and least favorite thing about being a streamer?
Favorite is just honestly just right now, and how I'm trying to do is just enjoy playing what I'm already playing, but be able to share, like, just chatting with others is typically the way I want to be doing streaming. Least favorite is just not having people to chat with when doing it and just sitting there feeling like nothing's happening.
Right, feeling like
Yeah.
you're
May as
small
well then
fry
just chill
because,
with it.
like we're all, some people like Soda Pop and XQC are getting millions of people. You're getting like maybe a dozen at the most.
Not even that. What do you mean a dozen?
Yeah,
Like,
when you
that's the
say a
thing.
dozen, that's being,
That's high.
extremely
That's a
generous.
up echelon of Twitch, honestly.
Fair enough.
It's crazy how much is. I'm getting some friends support, and it's great, and that always makes me feel good. But like, yeah, when it's just like nothing's happening, and it's great to see someone come in, but then if you don't see anybody else, it's just like for weeks on end, just, oh fuck.
I imagine something that's got to be worse for that though is when you see someone come in and then they're there for like 3 seconds and then they bail.
I honestly prefer that over not seeing anyone at all myself. I get other people get self-conscious about it. I don't. And I am just like, oh cool, it's somebody in. Even if I like could see their name pop up on the side, I'm like, I don't necessarily have to acknowledge it just to be like, oh hey, you're always looking out for somebody coming in. It's like, well, yeah, I want to interact with people.
Yeah,
So I'm up for them for even to be in there for 3 seconds rather than 0 people for 0 seconds.
that's true. I
Fuck.
mean,
Yeah. Or
if they
they
come
could be a
in,
bot.
Yeah, bots, that's fucked.
if they
Totally.
come in and like they have to watch an ad to be able to get, I mean, I guess that's a little bit more ad revenue for you, if nothing else.
I have it set up, and especially now with the new Twitch stuff, is that I have the ads show up on stream for 3 minutes every hour, so that there is no pre-rolls, so that people actually have to get into the stream, or can get into the stream easily and chat rather than have to wait.
So, like, if they join at
a
the
lot
top of
better.
the hour, is it possible for them to come in on ads for that?
They will in the first 1 minute of it like coming out, but there will be ads playing in that first 1 minute. Like after the first 1 minute plays for 3 minutes, then you have no ads from then on every hour. So
Gotcha.
you do an ad break. So and you also get more ad revenue from the revenue, because before like I would see nothing for ad revenue, but actually I did see a difference when that was implemented, which is kind of nice. That I actually feel like I get something from it.
Right. You get something more than just the benefit of entertaining that one person and being like, hey, you watched me die like 6 times in Dark Souls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like the friends going through it, even keeping it on the background, like I still get ad revenue from that. So it's like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
That actually makes it somewhat worth it. As I say, Twitch Prime, like trying to get like friends of that, but it's like, oh, you don't have emotes. So I recently set up some emotes and stuff just to do that, but it's like, yeah, none of them. Like, yeah, I know you just really want to get it just for like those top streamers, like list of emotes they have, so you can use on Discord and whatever. It's just like, rather than support a friend with it. I'm like, that'd be really nice for like that $5, but you spent that $5 that could go to me just to get some emotes.
Yeah. To that person that's already making thousands, if not millions of dollars already.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I have the ability to get Prime sub, and it's great, but I just don't see it enough from even friends, which is the sad part. They did occasionally and then not.
What about you, AJ? What's your favorite thing and least favorite thing about being a streamer?
Favorite thing is when you actually have folks that come in there and they like they talk with you.
Yeah.
Like when you see one person short, you're like, oh, hey, what's going on? And then you see that number go from 1 to like 4. And then a big thing is like when you get a raid of people, like one of your friends like just got through streaming, and you get a raid, and then everybody comes in and you see that notification, whatever you have in the background pop up. That shit, it's the greatest. The worst thing about it, when somebody raids you and they come in there and you have nothing to fucking say, and you're just sitting there.
It's a fucking
And you're like,
double-edged
well,
sword.
fuck. Yeah, it's if you're not careful, it will come back on you. And it will definitely like bite you in the ass. But some people are good sports because they know that you're like just starting out and everything.
Yeah.
And they won't say too much about it. But they'll come in and they'll ask like questions to the chat and everything. And it's just like, oh well fuck, yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
You know?
I imagine it
Another
also.
bad thing is
I was gonna say, I imagine it'd also be pretty bad. It's like if they were enjoying who they were watching more, and then they just start picking you apart because you're not as entertaining as the person hosting you.
That happens a lot, yeah.
But what were you gonna say, AJ?
I was gonna say it's just like you get like that stream and or you have that person or those people come in and somebody's being a dick about everything, and
That stream
it's just like you have to sit there and bite the bullet and like not get back at them and shit. Yeah. It's a
I'm not even big enough to hit that
double-edged
point, honestly. Like having and friends, like you're saying, rating. I just don't either. One, don't have friends who stream, or two, the ones who do, they just have completely separate content type stuff. Like what is it? Final Fantasy with one friend who plays a bunch of that, and some of them are like the VTube streaming stuff. And,
Yeah.
but like low effort, it feels like VTube, and I'm just like, man, I would like to just have the art for it, but it just doesn't feel genuine for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to, be able to interact with everybody. You want them to see your face and shit. And
Yeah, exactly.
it's perfectly fine.
It's like the same thing that like a lot of musicians nowadays say. It's like they'd rather be hated for who they are than like liked for who they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, if you're selling a
Yeah.
fake personality, are you really enjoying it? I mean, I guess if you have more than enough money, then you know what to do with, then sure. But it's like if someone was to ever see you in public, they expect you to be exactly how you were on your stream or in your music or whatever. And when they see you're a completely different person, they're like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
Yeah. It's just like, hey, who you are like in a stream is who you should be off camera too. Like if you're not a dick, don't be a dick in life. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Don't do that just to get some likes for everything. What the fuck? He can attack you through the tent. Christ almighty.
AJ learning the hard way about Starbound over here.
I lost. I died again. How did I die again? My ship didn't load up.
It's okay,
Just
AJ. After we finish this recording, I'll come help you. Or better yet, we'll set up that mod pack, and then we'll get you set up right.
this game is a sack of literal uncooked bacon weenies. Like what the fuck?
See,
Christ,
another
dude.
cool thing about Craig is he's got everything synced up at the exact same time. And another thing I noticed is that even if you start with just a couple people and he's recording and someone joins halfway through, it will add all that blank space just so everything is perfectly synced into the tracks. But
Got a blank space, baby.
what I'm thinking I can do is I can just do jump cuts and cut like random tedious crap like this out, and
Yeah.
keep
I
a more
can do
seamless
you.
flow, and get rid of AJ screaming about stuff attacking him inside his tent or whatever.
No, it's perfectly fine. You got to keep that. Just let everybody think that I'm crazy. Just do it.
No, they don't have to think. They can hear you and just know that you're crazy. I mean, we spent like 5 minutes talking about hand jobs.
Well, it's content for the younger viewers. Jeez.
Right. That's
Younger viewer?
Yeah, the
How you want to be
younger.
attracting? Are you? I don't know if you want to say
no. I
that.
mean, there's a reason I put every video that we've ever uploaded as no. This is not made for kids.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole
Yeah,
separate thing. Is
I'm,
either if it's made for kids and not made for kids, it does not mean
yeah,
kids can't
it's not.
watch it.
See,
It's not really made for kids. I just said that as a.
Yeah.
if I put
Just,
that on there and kids are faking their ages just to be able to watch our shit, I am not legally responsible for them seeing it. That's all I got to say. And I
exactly.
will
There you go.
I
You
will
did
die on
it.
that hill in court if I have to. Um,
Yeah, fair.
AJ, the next question I have here is for you. What's your favorite and least favorite thing about being an artist?
Fuck. Like when you have something in your mind and you try to capture it as best you can,
Mm-hmm.
and you get it to a point to where it actually looks good, and then you destroy it because you're just like, no, this is dog shit.
Like you
Yeah.
finish a sketch and then you just crumple up the paper because it comes out the way
Yep.
you want it to, but you're not happy with it.
Yep. You are never happy. An artist is always his own worst critic.
Yep,
Always.
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%.
So
So, I mean, I'm gonna go with
I've
that's your least favorite. What's your favorite thing about being an artist?
my favorite thing about being an artist is when you draw something, it's when you're sitting there and you're pissed. You've already dealt with artist block. You're like mad pissed, and then you just put down the everything on the paper, and then just out the blue, you come up with the most insane thing you have ever created in your life, and you're sitting there like,
And yeah, And you just look at it and it's a giant like ball of scribbles. It literally looks like a pencil drawn fucking tumbleweed.
Yeah. It's just like, I knew this. This right here was worth all of the bullshit.
The fucking pencil sketch equivalent of abstract art. They spend all the time
Oh
like
God,
SpongeBob writing the word "the" in the fucking essay episode.
yeah, because he was
Fitting.
like, yes, 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 and then he gets done, and it's just the like, yeah, that's essentially what happens with an artist.
All right, my next question is for Mike. I had one of these for like everyone except for AJ because AJ and I don't really have any mutual connections. But I had one of these for Jake and for Reaper. Mike, what was the dumbest thing you can remember Uzi doing?
My favorite is still the one that I get him with everyone. So is the what if everyone jumped at once, in reference to like if everyone jumped on like one side of the planet wouldn't move it. But the way he worded just what if everyone jumped at once, and just no elaboration, nothing else. Just said it felt like out of nowhere during that time. And
I
just,
would have laughed my ass off and been like, what the
oh,
fuck?
we did. Yes.
Yo,
I
that's
think I still have the
perfect.
screenshot of it too as well. Like,
Honestly,
Oh,
I
fuck
mean,
yeah.
I gotta say it. One of my goals is to eventually have him on this podcast, just because he's one of the funniest people I've ever met, like hands down. Honestly, though, I thought your answer was gonna be him getting that Uzi tattoo on his
no, there's the
wrist.
tattoo. Yeah, when I actually said bet, and he said okay, sure, and then just did it.
And for anyone that's listening to this, if you ever meet Uzi, his real name is Steve, and I'm not gonna give a last name, but if you ever meet him, you can literally get him to do
Heroin.
just about anything if you tell him that he won't, and then say bet.
Yeah,
He literally got a tattoo of the word Uzi on the inside of his left wrist.
because he knew somebody who was just learning to make tattoos, and he said I could get them to do that, and I'm like, well, bet.
See,
Okay.
one of the dumbest things I can remember him doing, and the scary thing is I don't remember this. I just know it happened because I have the footage. Is him talking about ripe oranges, and he was just talking for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I think that was an audio test or something. I'll probably find it and just throw it up in the like as a overlay or whatever.
You know what I like? Nice ripe orange. I love orange and apples, mainly apples. Fuck oranges actually when it comes to apples. Apples are my favorite. Not those fucking big ass crunchy ones. The soft. I like soft apples. Easier on my jaw. You know, you kind of just slurp it when you bite it too. All that juice in your face. It's like eating pussy.
All right. This one is for both of y'all. What's the favorite video game you've ever played with anyone that's here? Now, I mean, I know those options are limited because we're short 2 men, but what's your favorite game that you've ever played? I guess with me because the only game y'all have played together is Deep Rock.
Yeah. For the time I had while playing it, I probably got to say Payday at that time. Now I definitely think I'd prefer Deep Rock as a game, and we haven't played it as much. But yeah, I'd say Payday.
What about you, AJ? What's your favorite game that you and I have ever played together?
Okay. I'm gonna have to give it to it's between Streets of Rogue or when I was at your house and you let me play Watch Dogs Legion.
Oh no.
And the
I
reason
remember that. That was Watch Dogs 2, and you just fucking like tased
for Watch
someone. You tased a
no,
random
no,
woman.
no. No, this is the reason I love it. Because you had the tranquilizer gun and you had a regular pistol. And so I was handling something, I was taking care of somebody like beating them up, and this lady was getting on her phone to call the police. And I was like, oh, I'm just gonna tase her. So I aimed at her and I shot her square dead in the back.
But it was the
And
actual pistol, wasn't it?
yeah, she died right there. And I'm just like mouth wide open looking at the screen, and you are losing your shit next to me because of what I did. I was like, I chose the taser, and you're literally face red, tears
I
streaming down your
remember
eyes,
this.
laughing deep, laughing hard as fuck. And I'm just sitting there like just dumbfounded, mouth wide open. I'm like, no, that was not the gun that I chose. Like, I'm trying to explain it to you, and you're not fucking listening because you are laughing hysterically at that shit. And I was like, yo,
I would say my favorite game that I played with Mike would probably be GTA 5, just because of the moments we had with Uzi and Nicole and people like that in there. And then my favorite game that I played with AJ, probably the same one he gave me, which is Streets of Rogue, just because I know that most of the time when I'm trying to, accomplish a goal where I got to kill somebody, AJ is going to take care of it for me because he literally can't help himself but to kill everyone.
I'm sorry. I'm
That
gonna say
reminds me, I
this.
gotta change my answer.
You have to change your answer.
Yep,
Okay.
100%. Is as much as I didn't necessarily enjoy the game so much, but I definitely enjoyed playing with you and everyone else we did. Insurgency Sandstorm.
Insurgency.
Like,
Oh,
See, we didn't play that much of
Yeah.
Sandstorm, but the original Insurgency.
or sorry, Insurgency, the original. Sorry, yes, the original.
See, fun fact. I wish I still had the videos. I have the intro, but that doesn't really do any credit. The very first video I ever put up back in the day was an Insurgency video, and it was actually Mike's perspective. It was the first time, and like the only time for years, we tried to do the multiple perspective thing. My recording
Mhm.
crapped out, and I had to use Mike's. It was like the funniest thing. I was so mad at the time, but because I kept dying, his footage would have been better than mine anyways. This one's gonna be a good one. What's the dumbest video game fail that you guys can remember me doing? Let's start with Mike first, because I've been gaming with him for a lot longer.
Holy, I don't remember a lot of those kind of things, but I just remember general stupid shit and shenanigans of just like, and a lot of purposeful mistakes that I remember from us that I just honestly don't remember which years were like actual mistakes or any of them at all, like with how much goofing around we did.
See, my thing is, I didn't know if y'all would actually have an answer for that, because I do try to be like the one that's oriented on the goals, because at the end of the day, I want to have fun. But if you're playing a game where you got to accomplish stuff to get by, you're not gonna get anywhere if everyone's dicking around. What
I
about
mean,
you, AJ? What's the
yeah.
dumbest thing you can remember me doing in a video game?
Oh man, where do I begin? Oh shit, I need to pause that.
Was
because,
it
God,
was it
I'm
that time
losing.
I gave that doctor in Streets of Rogue a hand job?
You gave a doctor in Streets of Rogue a hand job? Where was I there for this?
I don't
What
know.
No, I would have to say, I don't know if you remember it or not, but we were playing Payday. Was it Payday?
Oh, yeah,
Like,
that's
I
right. I
believe it
did
was
play a
Payday
little bit of
2.
Payday with you.
Yeah, and it was the bank, it was the bank area. And I don't know if you were in a rush to do everything, but it's like you were telling me, it's like, okay, we don't kill anybody because um, it'll be a $5,000 fine, and we have to like take it off the top cut. I was like, all right, so I'm just gonna keep my gun up and everything. And it's like we have to wrangle the people in.
Mm-hmm.
And so you were in the process of wrangling everybody in. And it's like, okay, this is how you do it. So you just aim the gun down and you hit this button, and you ended up shooting the lady and killing her. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
So I guess we
because
don't need anybody.
if you
And you,
really want to do the bank heist successfully, unless you're super god pro, you're not getting those bank tellers on the ground before they hit the alarm. So your best bet is just to kill them.
Oh yeah,
Mike, as
yeah.
much Payday as we played, I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I remember that
you
first.
said,
Well, is that the first mission? I feel like the first mission I did.
Well,
No, first mission is like the jewelry store, isn't it? But I think that I did that one before the jewelry store.
well, I mean, they have a story mode now where you just kind of do the heist
Damn.
in order that you're supposed to. But back in the day when we played, there wasn't anything like that. It was literally
Just free
just you
play,
do.
whatever you unlock.
Yeah, you do whatever you unlock based off of, what you've accomplished and what DLC you owned.
yeah. Remember you
Yeah.
talked to me about that too.
Um,
I remember a lot of conversations from Payday with you.
since neither one of y'all could really I mean, AJ kind of gave a cohesive answer, but I'm gonna bring up the elephant in the room. The one time we got to sit down, well, like 4 out of 5 of us, and play something was Deep Rock Galactic, and we found this
Oh
crisis
God, yeah.
detonator, and we all
Oh,
specifically said, "Do not freeze it." And AJ thought we said you can't freeze it, and he was determined to prove us wrong, so he froze it.
yeah.
Why do you have to bring up one of the worst times to play a game with me?
I thought, yeah, and you're saying the very worst thing I've seen you do. Yeah, AJ, that's probably the worst thing I've seen in a while. We were like so excited we got it low,
Wait,
freeze, boom.
which
Oh,
fair enough, because
the sadness.
Oh my God.
Reaper literally had to leave right after, and we probably wouldn't have been able to get him out in time if we stayed and dug all that. But
Yeah.
I cringe every time I go back to listen to that video, because the video itself is one of the best ones that I think we've ever put out. But that moment in particular, if I could just skip over that, I probably would. All right, so I've got a few more questions, but this is different. This is literally questions that I wrote down from a generic what video game RPG class am I? What D&D class am I? I'm not gonna feed these in and tell y'all what you're gonna be, because we'll be here all fucking night. But this is like another way I thought listeners could kind of get to know us. The first question is, what is your core value? What do you value most in life?
You can't ask me that question. You know you cannot ask me that
Look,
question.
AJ, if pussy is
Not
your
being a piece of
answer, you
shit.
can just
I mean,
say it.
Wow, I'm a
good.
foot guy, but thank you. So
I think not just not being a piece of shit to others. It's more like core value as far as others doing that to me and me doing them. Like, yeah.
I can
You
agree
don't even
with
have to
that
be like a
completely.
good human being by standards. Like, as long as you're not below neutral.
Just be good to people. Don't be a cock.
I don't even think you have to be good to people. Just don't be a cog. Like, don't even be the other side. Like, you don't have to be good people all the time. Not everyone wants to be, but you don't have to be an asshole.
That's fair.
Yeah, understandable. Like a core value, I mean, granted, I really don't like people, but at the same time, I still wouldn't want to see anybody suffer. And I wouldn't want to be the cause,
Yeah.
behind somebody, going through shit unless they absolutely like
Deserve it.
fucking deserve
Like they
it.
brought that shit
Yeah,
on
like
themselves.
it's just
Mhm.
like, yeah, don't do anything to warrant being a dumbass. Like, seriously.
Yeah, like
Don't do it.
like do unto others as you want done unto yourself.
Yeah, just do good to all. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, I still don't like people, but seriously,
I mean,
I just don't want to see anybody suffer. I kind of want to see everybody, make it, because I mean, life is definitely, too short to just be being like, well, this is a thing and that's a thing, and everybody's already going through shit. So
Mhm.
you adding to it, it's not really fucking necessary.
right.
So yeah, don't be a dumbass.
I mean,
Like, just don't be a dumb fuck.
now that I think about it, I feel like that would have been most people's answers, anyways. Um, I guess like family or people you care about would also be like a core value.
You are listening to the Internet Bum Show, presented by CAMJ Entertainment. Like and subscribe for future episodes and other content featuring the cast here and more. Back to your hosts.
Yeah.
What are your greatest strengths?
It's pussy. No, I'm just playing.
AJ's
well,
determination to get pussy is his greatest strength.
Mhm.
no, honestly, I would have to say my greatest strength is my heart. It's also my greatest weakness, because you can't be a good person and not suffer.
Right.
You,
Like you trust the
you don't
wrong
want
person
anybody.
and you give too much to the wrong people, you do suffer at your own hands, as a matter of fact, because of you doing that.
It's almost like a self-inflicted wound,
Yeah.
because
I,
I need to eat again.
I think we've all been there,
But
done
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
it's essentially, you cut your nose off to spite your face. You don't want to do that. If you like have a good heart, and people feed off that shit, and they'll fucking take it away from you, and you'll be stuck, picking up the pieces. I ran out of wood. Right. You'll be stuck picking up the pieces and everything, and nobody's gonna help you. Like they all will just literally use you until you're used up,
Yeah,
and that's one of
you're
the
helping
biggest
everybody,
questions.
but who's helping you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody.
What about you, Mike? What is Mike's greatest strength?
God, just thinking about things for myself. Is something right
But
now
there
I'm
it is. He's thinking
struggling. Not that's not a strength. What? Um, probably just willingness to like help others when things are just not going well. Like willing to chat with them and just like listen them out
Yeah,
and not be generic male
yeah,
of like not listening. Like,
fucking
yeah, whatever, get over it. Yeah.
many people got it worse than you.
Take us
It
out,
is
Tab.
what it is, and just leaving it at that, not even actually listening to them.
I hate that. I fucking hate that phrase so goddamn much.
I don't
Everybody's
mind the
like,
phrase. I just don't like people who don't do anything else around that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I would say my greatest strength, aside from, just copying y'all's answers once again and just being like, I try to be a good person. I feel like I feel like versatility is kind of my thing. Like, there's a whole bunch of things I'm definitely not good at, but when I attempt to do something, like I oftentimes view myself as kind of like a jack of all trades, master of none, because I'm good at a lot of things, but there's nothing that I'll ever be like the very best at.
I mean, that's Ash Ketchum, dude. I don't care what you say.
Look, I mean, we
You-
can't. I mean, Ash Ketchum has done so much in his life that his voice actors, retired from playing him. So, no one's ever going to be as good as Ash Ketchum.
Mhm.
AJ already answered the question about his weakness because he kind of tied it in with his strength. What about you, Mike? What's your weakness?
Sorry, I was zoned out for half a sec. Wait.
The question was, what was your weakness?
Yeah. Oh fuck. No. It's been a busy day. Weakness. I guess if taking advantage, caring too much, if I don't pick up on that, that's what they're doing. Like, I'm usually good with telling, but there's just sometimes where I'm just like, I don't want to. I guess actually better yet, I don't want to let things go. If I don't feel like it's resolved, and in the case of like a lot of time with dealing with, I guess even if you can cut that out as far as that their names and everything,
Yeah,
talking about them, but
no,
like
I get
I
exactly
didn't
what you're saying because we were talking about that the
I
other
didn't
day.
want to leave that situation. I didn't want to leave that situation with them. I wanted to like help where I can talk, but just like dealing with everything. I did not like him. I did he left a bad taste in my mouth, but I'm like, I don't just want to drop them, but that's what I had to do.
See, that was one of the
Like,
things that I always felt like I had explained because there were times where I felt like I had to, defend the friend kind of company I kept and the friends that I kept. Like even
Still do.
I feel like even after I put this podcast out, there's gonna be people that will be like, "You are a bunch of freaks," and Christian, you're better than this. Because there's a lot of people that like, if I was to put this out to say mine and AJ's coworkers and be like, "This is something I did over the weekend. Hope y'all like it. Cool. If not, whatever." There's a lot of people that'd be like, "This is a different side of you," because it's not like I go around my dental lab that I work at talking about hand jobs and shit. They're gonna be like, "Christian,
yep.
what the fuck's
I
wrong with
mean,
you?" But
if
Yeah,
you
but
did that, that would get you a lot of play. Not
it's,
gonna lie.
yeah,
damn it.
they'd be like, "Where do I sign up? Can I talk to you like in the hallway down
I
there?"
want in.
Yes. Today we're going to talk about if you have an above average peak. Now,
But no, I mean, even if once this goes out, for example, and people are like, you need to reevaluate the kind of people you hang out with, fuck that. I've known these people for a good bit of my life.
Yeah.
Like, the two of y'all, for example, have been there at points in my life when I need y'all most. So the hell with that. It's like,
Because we talk about peen.
but
What?
I would
What'd
say
you say?
that's probably my weakness as well, is letting shit go.
Peen?
Like
Oh.
an example I cite a lot of the time is when I was in kindergarten, there was this girl that said that Winnie the Pooh was stupid, and I grew up on Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh is like one of those like children's things that, you know, because you're an adult, you're supposed to like just let go of that shit. I'd fucking watch Winnie the Pooh any given time of the day if I could. If it was like on and I had nothing to do, your boy's watching Winnie the Pooh. That's just happening. But the girl said that Winnie the Pooh was stupid, and I took a wooden block and threw it at her.
Based.
What you say?
You heard me.
And
that's how you supposed to do it, dude.
And you know, as kids, we all do a lot of stupid things. I remember writing on
No, that was
Facebook
the
one day.
greatest thing that you've ever done.
I remember writing on Facebook
You
one day.
peaked
I'm
in that
like,
moment.
you know, I regret a lot of things in my life, but that bitch had it coming.
Yeah, she did, kind of.
All right.
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
Before we get too sentimental, what do you want to achieve in life? That's the next question.
Same thing I do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
Yeah. Pussy. That's what you're gonna say at that.
Oh God, Brett, the puss. You have to go with the puss, Brett.
Just most generic answer. See, I feel like without giving away too much of Mike's personal life, he's already accomplished like a lot of what most people would want to have accomplished by his age. Like he's married, he's got his own
Really?
place. And he has a decent job. It's like I
Really?
guess my answer is just be like Mike. I want to be Canadian and not have to give hand jobs to make it
Okay,
home.
Canadian, yeah, fair. Okay, fair on that.
Oh shit, that's me with that noise. I need to eat again. God damn.
That's
Monkey energy.
AJ's thing in life that he wants to achieve. He wants to be able to eat again. No one's fed AJ in
Yeah.
days. I'm gonna skip the what are your hobbies because we're all gamers, and I would
Hey,
say
you answered the last question. What you mean?
what?
We didn't even answer that last question. You answered that shit.
We didn't even get a chance to answer anything.
Yeah.
That's true. I let AJ answer with a dumb answer. I answered and skipped over Mike completely.
So
yeah,
my answer's dumb. Oh.
Okay, look.
Okay.
The first thing you
I'm
said.
sorry.
The first thing you said. I don't even remember what the 1st thing you said was, but the second answer was
But
puss.
it's dumb though. Oh, you're a dick.
Look, as someone who can't achieve puss, yes, your answer to achieve puss is dumb.
Excuse me. I
was the one who overrode
puss,
him saying that.
right? Like I gets the puss on the reg, bruh. Thank
Yeah.
you. Don't you even?
Mike gets more puss than you and me put together. Mike, what do you want to achieve in life?
Maybe. Honestly, I would say like as much as I enjoy doing, I don't care about the same personal life teaching stuff. Like for EA, I don't want to do streaming. I want to just relax and do stuff and kind of fix my own schedule, and that's just something I enjoy doing and chatting with others. But
You just want to reach
just really been
retirement.
going nowhere.
Mike wants to retire. That's literally in layman's terms what you just said.
That's boring. That is not streaming does not equal retirement. What?
I mean, if
streaming does not equal retirement in any form of the word.
I feel like if you're doing it for the sake of doing it, just to have fun, and everything else is taken care of, that would be something you could do for if you were retired.
Things I'd like to do, as far as you might say retirement for the two, but I still think part of the streaming was like if able to do big enough stuff of like streaming vacations to be able to make it like travel stuff, like have a reason to travel that also get kind of paid back with, but also share that experience with others in that way too.
You'd want to be able to stream and just travel the world.
Travel, game, do those kind of things of like share experiences, and you know, if it's a wholesome enough community created, like find people to have as like local guides and go there and just be like, hey, yeah, show us around. Like I want to experience the place properly. And I think it'd be fun to involve other people in the world and have that too.
Everyone just goes,
hey, let's shut your face. Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
All right, boys. Chaos or order?
Honestly, you asked the wrong person.
No, I asked the right person because I'm pretty sure I know what both of y'all's answers are.
Oh God, you definitely asked me that. You asked the wrong person for that one.
Mind you,
I honestly
this
feel
is
like you
still
need a
from
bit
the
of
video
both.
game class quiz.
Okay.
Yeah, I honestly think a little bit of both, if that's even possible on there. Like,
I mean, I think from the multiple choice answer list, it was, chaos, order, or balance, and I chose balance just because I had to choose an answer to move on to the next question.
Wow,
no,
that's the only reason.
I think I would say balance just for the sake of like too much chaos and I'd just be like not enjoying it, and too much order and just everything feels boring. So like
Yeah.
I really do think balance for myself.
And I mean, I feel like if you're going based off the definitions of what they are, is one really what it is without the other?
You
I guess,
can't.
yeah.
You technically you can't have one without the other. The kicker about it all is, honestly, I would go with chaos. Hear me out.
I mean,
For the simple fact, I mean,
I'm hearing you. I'm listening. My ears are open.
with everybody, people live and they have like, I hate to take it from Ashra. It's like everybody lives in this world where they only have balance. And under that thin veneer of that, what is it? It's the truest nature of everybody. I believe that if there's enough chaos, well, it's everybody's truest nature. It's like you can say you have balance. In order to achieve balance, you also have to look at what's going to be like what's going to be anteed up in the process. So you're going to have people that are like, oh yeah, we want balance, we want this. That means people have to, ultimately either suffer or die. If you want order, all right, you have to live in a bubble the entirety of your life. But if you choose chaos, chaos for one person is not necessarily the same chaos for another person. So one person's chaos is literally the world's going mad and everything that I have is being destroyed or it's being taken away from me, while another person's chaos is this place is
boring.
normal.
Yeah.
It's normal. So in the process of you choosing chaos, you're inevitably getting balance anyway. So when you take away the lights, if you put 100 people in a room, you take away the lights, you're going to hear people screaming. Of course, you're not going to hear everybody screaming, but you're going to hear a few people screaming. There's some people that are going to reach inside of their pocket to check and see if they have their camera phone with them. There are going to be others that are
running for the
cowering down because they're afraid of the dark. You have other people that are going to go around trying to stab everybody. You're going to get exactly what you want without you having to ask for it, in a nutshell, if that makes sense. If you get chaos, you get everybody acting how they normally would. If you get balance, you're going to see people not really acting the way that they would normally act. It's like
unusual.
Yeah, you're being strange. You're being weird. This is not you. But if you take away everybody's order, you'll see that there's actually order. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it absolutely does. With the insight just dropped on us like a fucking atomic bomb by AJ, that kind of goes into like the next thing I had here. So I feel like this would have been a little bit more fun with Jake, just because I wanted to hear him rip it apart. But I feel like Mike would do really good with this as well. I've got some inspirational quotes here that I pulled from Reddit, and I kind of want to hear y'all's interpretation on what they might mean or whether it even makes sense or not.
Don't go to r/extra small.
Yeah. So this first one, I couldn't actually find out who it was by because they didn't put it, and I couldn't find it when I Googled it. Shared joy is double joy. Shared sorrow is half sorrow.
That's the equivalent of dropping a chicken nugget when you get an extra inside of a package of 10 and you drop that one extra one on the ground and it lands on like some hair or some shit. That's sorrow. But it's only half sorrow
Because
you
you
still
weren't
have
supposed
that
to have
one.
it anyways.
Yeah.
Because it's extra.
Hey, my stupid answer's out the way. I'm gonna let everybody else answer it, then I'm gonna give my actual answer.
I'm not going to respond to these because I don't really do well with inspirational quotes anyways. I just want to hear what y'all had to say about them. Besides, I mean, I wrote this shit down days ago. I've had plenty of time to think about them. What about you, Mike? What the hell does shared joy is double joy, shared sorrow is half sorrow mean to you?
Depends on who you're with. I guess too. If you have a positive, that feels like if you have a positive like outlook and a positive family, then yeah, shared sorrow can be lessened by having people who have a positive attitude around, but they still feel like brought down, but they not as much.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel like it's necessarily half even there. And if you're with people who also, I guess depends on like, because I'm very take on others' emotions. I'm around them. So like, if Megan's not feeling well or down about something, then sometimes I'm just feeling down about it too, and it's doubling that as well. Whereas joy, you may or may not be able to feel it the same as they are, and in most cases, you won't feel it to the level they are. So I don't.
But so rather than agree with it, you actually disagree with it. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I feel it's just different person to person how you feel and experience those emotions and react and respond to them.
See, that was one of the things I had in mind when I wrote it down because I felt like Jake was going to say kind of the same thing, albeit a much less poised version of it. But you know, it's all a matter of perspective. It's you could be happy about something. I might say, "Great, that sounds cool," but I might not be feeling as much as you. And you know, I if AJ comes to me and he says, "Man, they cut my penis off, man. I'm so bummed."
First off, if I ever come to you and say, "Man, they cut my penis off," you have one or two options. One, you either get me a gun and roll with me to get these fuckers, or two, you put me out of my misery like, "Oh, Yeller," because I'm not living my life minus peen. I'm telling you, like I would go crazy. No, don't you fucking do that.
Yeah,
They're just like, we're gonna have to give you a hydraulic penis. It's like, no, it's not the same. It's not the fucking same, guys. Come on.
But even so, if he tries to share that sorrow with me, I might just become more depressed, and he's still upset because he is without pain.
The way that we talk about this is just making me highly uncomfortable. But you know what? Continue. Let's keep
Look,
going.
we spent like a total of about 5 to 10 minutes of me just talking about me giving hand jobs. So,
Yes.
if I can talk about that, you can talk about being without pain for about 2 minutes. The other one I have here, and the one I feel like has more deeper meaning, whether you agree with it or disagree with it, is sometimes the best thing you can do is not think, not wonder, not imagine, not obsess. Just breathe and have faith that everything will work out for the best. J.P. Lewis
Didn't I
said
tell
that.
you that? I literally told you that before.
Is this AJ coming out to be secretly J.P. Lewis? AJ, are you J.P. Lewis?
No, I'm just a random ass black guy that literally told you the same exact thing. Like, stop trying to control everything.
Mike, what do you have to say about Mr. J.P. Lewis's words?
I feel like that's why, and the way most people probably use that quote is a "it is what it is" moment. Like,
Yeah, that's like
so
the
it feels like
long-winded "it is what it is," isn't it?
exactly, yeah. And I don't think you should necessarily just sit there all the time when things are going right. You have to do stuff on your own. Like, yes, there's a limit to obsessing over it where it becomes too much that you just like you do need to tell someone to just like, hey, calm down. You can only control so much of it, but hey, it's still like it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I promise you that phrase can literally just fucking burn. I I've heard it so much, and the reason I hate it is because folks have people have the power to change their situation unless there's like legit a solidified reason for you to not be able to fix your situation. Like for you to fix your situation, if you can't do that, I understand. I really do. People have this ill-conceived notion that woe is me. Like so many people say woe is me and this is going on and it sucks. And I've been through enough in my life to know that at the end of the day, shit sucks. Shit happens, but it gets better. It eventually gets better. And it's just like folks will always say, man, I've dealt with so much shit in my life and I've always been a good person and I still get shit on. And it's just like, to be real with you, okay, everybody has. Like, there are people that dealt with shit their entire life and they still have a better outlook and a better disposition than you did. People say it is what it is in the wrong situations.
Yeah.
Basically, is what I'm trying to get at. You have enough power and enough like intellect to understand that your situation is a situation, but you don't have enough tenacity, power, and determination to go, I can change this shit. You would much rather sit there, sulk, and be bitch about everything and go, here's what it is, whatever. This is my life now. I've seen people literally get out of wheelchairs and start learning to walk again. They were basically like, you know what? Fuck this shit. I'm finna get my shit back. I may not be able to run from the cops. I might not be able to run from a dog chasing me. I may not be able to go run after that chick that said if I can climb these flights of steps, she would sleep with me. Shit like that. But people literally are in worse situations and they are learning they're fighting their situation. I have a heart problem. Like, I have heart issues. I'm still doing shit that goes against what I was, diagnosed with.
Yeah.
You don't hear me saying it is what it is. I've dealt with bad relationships. I've dealt with friends trying to kill me. I'm not saying it is what it is. I'm looking at it and I'm going, is that all life has to, like, I survived all that shit. I wonder what's next. It's not, it is what it is. It's, I made it. I'm stronger than what I think I am. Holy shit.
That's actually some really good insight there, AJ.
I have way too much. And people always talk to me like, you're too serious. No.
Oh,
Or you're too
please! You were
goofy.
one of the least
No.
serious people I know.
You'd be surprised at how many people say I was too serious, and you wonder why I'm so goofy now.
Look,
I've heard this shit
the
my
most
entire
serious
life.
moment I've ever seen you in is like a few minutes ago when you got defensive about me talking about you losing your peen. That's like the most serious I've ever seen you.
Hey man, when my chocolate dragon is on the line, I'm definitely going to
Did he just call it a chocolate dragon?
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Okay, dude, listen to me. When my Hershey Anaconda is on the line, I'm definitely going to get defensive about this shit.
Fuck's sake! All right, we're gonna move on to the next thing. I've got some questions here from r/AskReddit, and
Okay.
the first one I've got here is one I was gonna have with all of us, and then I decided to cut it, but I'm gonna ask it anyways. What is the dumbest thing you've ever done because you were horny?
I don't know if I've done anything like particularly dumb that's ever stood out to me.
All right. Well, since y'all's story sucked, I'll tell you
Wow.
this one. This
I think we're
one,
gonna think
compared to
about it.
like a lot of the answers I read, like the most common one I saw was like masturbating while driving, which you mean that's expected.
I've never done that. What the fuck?
But I remember there was this one
Never
time
done it.
I'd been staying at a friend's house and I didn't feel comfortable, doing my thing over there. So I had a lot of pent up energy. I got home and I was in the shower and
Sounds hot. Keep
I
going.
didn't have any like normal shampoo or anything like that. I had this Axe body wash. It had like this icy hot shit in it. And let me
Oh,
tell you,
oh no.
I was in so
Oh
much
no.
pain for like a day and a half. It felt that cold.
You don't.
Hmm.
You don't. Oh my god. Oh man.
I think I have one now. No,
All right,
Yeah.
let's hear it. Is it using
It's
Axe body wash in the
no,
shower?
it's more of like it just turned out a bad result. Don't be eating when if anybody hears this. It's more of like when I was younger, first like learning about masturbation stuff as like wanting to, but not knowing where to like clean up and everything. So I just like kind of did, and I was like, I don't have anywhere to go. I don't want to go to the bathroom because my parents are like, what family room is like across the hallway from like I have to walk past to get to the other bathroom or bathroom my dad usually slept in or bedroom my dad slept in. And so I was like, I don't want to go in there, and then like don't know where to like clean it up. So I ended up using like curtain drape side of like bed. So then thinking like, oh, I'll go and wash and clean off later. But then it like got in carpet wise, and then I was like,
why is this carpet crunchy?
Oh Jesus.
like, and I was like, I shouldn't have did that. I fucked
I
up.
would have been like,
Oh no.
I think Aunt Janet spilled some mac and cheese over there.
Yeah, no, that was my room, and only I used it.
Oh
So
Jesus. Someone would have been like,
Michael, why is Aunt Janet eating mac and cheese in your bedroom?
it's more of learning as a kid, and like, and my parents being more religious was like just saying no, you have to stay away from every single thing of that. So having to hide away and do it, and that's like the only thing I could use to like clean up. I'm like,
I mean, growing
yeah,
up
bad
in the
choice.
modern era, it's going to be even harder because there's so many things that just, not just dudes, but even women just see and they're like, what's the best comeback to "I fucked your mom last night" or a similar insult?
I have two dads.
That's
No, that one's from Soup, but I stole everyone from. But I've always liked that as the comeback of just like, too bad I got two dads.
I think the best part of that wasn't even the comeback itself. I think it's just how quickly Mike delivered it. Like, I told y'all the context of what I would be asking, but I didn't tell y'all the actual question. So how Mike was so ready for that question, I'll never know.
Brain from earlier throughout this podcast is like, I fucked your mom just as an answer, and then I've been like, no, don't put that because and then that was on my brain because of thinking of that as a thing I would say. That was my own comeback to myself, and I was like, you asked the question, I'm like, I have the comeback already. I've been saying it to myself.
What about you, AJ? What do you think is the best comeback to "I fucked your mom last night" or a similar insult?
sucks because she doesn't like pussy anyway.
That's actually I like that. I don't think it's as clever as the one Mike had, but it's still pretty good.
It
When
doesn't
Soup
have to
delivers
be.
it when he has a southern accent, it's like, I got two dad, just got two daddies.
Oh yeah. Well, that's my sister. So
Oh Jesus, getting
Fuck
real
my sister,
Alabama
and I
up in
got two
here.
daddies.
What is something that people want to do that you think is stupid?
Fucking TikTok trends. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
This one for me is a bit old, but I can
Fair.
remember when people were eating Tide Pods and AirPods, just basically anything that had the fucking word pod in it. I always thought that was the dumbest fucking thing.
I think that fits in with the TikTok trends thing, considering that was during the other trend.
That's true, but I mean,
So,
back then it was on Vine, which is like the precursor to TikTok.
yeah.
What about you, Mike? Do you just agree with the generic TikTok trend answer, or do you have something in particular?
Yeah, TikTok trends and like certain popular games that just honestly I don't find any bit of like interesting gameplay in being like a la Fortnite or like wanting to play like competitive video games. I'm like, I get it, but I'm just like, why? Like, and get better to that point. Like, spend that much time for it. But that one I get more. It's more so like the just some really shitty games. I'm just like,
You're
how
like,
does
how
this
is
have
this
any
as
interest in
popular
it?
as it is?
Yeah, and then same goes with the TikTok. But like for the most part, I understand people can like whatever they want, and I get the interest in some of those things, and I get that there's niche interest, but yeah, I don't get how people are so into it.
I mean, that makes sense. All right, boys. I think that was a pretty good podcast. Do we have any closing words we want to say before Craig shuts us down?
Don't touch your penis in public.
Don't touch your penis with icy hot.
Not at all.
Don't touch someone else's penis in a truck stop.
Wait. Why a truck stop?
Because that's what my original career was. I was given hand jobs in a truck stop, AJ.
Why specifically a truck stop?
Because truckers need loving too.
Yeah, why there anywhere else? Like,
because it's
I
frowned
mean,
upon
there's
at
better places
Walmart.
you can make some more money off of.
I mean, it's a truck stop. Why would you? What? I'm
Because that is a
concerned.
generic place.
Yeah, I'm concerned about you now.
Hey, there's untapped markets and everywhere else.
Well, look, I'll see if I can cut some time in of my hand job schedule for another episode. Until next time, like and subscribe. The Internet Bum Show. The Internet Bum Show will be back around in the near future. Subscribe to CAMJ Entertainment today.
Don't touch your penis in public. Indecent exposure, and you don't have enough money to get out of jail.
Not being an asshole.
Yeah.
Don't be an asshole. Stay in school.
Mm-hmm.